Okay, people, today I want to start off by saying I own none of the content in this video other than my own voice. I'm here today with Wolfer43 as usual.
Hello.
And me. I'll be reading a story called Vermilion City Construction Project. And we'll be right back with the story. Remember that old man on the construction site in Vermilion City? He and his faithful Machop were flattening ground for some mysterious construction project. They had apparently been at it for years. There's more to this tale. The story begins in Lavender Town. The Lavender Town chapter of Pokemon Red and Blue was short, but left a profound impact on the player. Team Rocket was at it again, stealing the skulls of Cubones in the tower. Local celebrity Mr. Fuji attempted to stop them, but was easily subdued and taken hostage. You, the valiant hero, rescued Mr. Fuji and put an end to Team Rocket's plot. The story was juvenile, but there seemed to be so much more to it. Perhaps it was the music that played. It sounds quite simply like fear. It lent an ambience and an intensity not present elsewhere in the game. No wonder it was recalled with such vividness by those who grew up playing the game. But isn't it curious that for a town so dedicated to preserving the resting place of Pokemon, a mere 3 years later the tower had been replaced with a radio tower? Lavender Town had obviously changed the first time you traveled there in Gold and Silver, and Crystal. Aside from the enthusiastic changes, the music was now light-hearted and whimsical, entirely different in mood than the previous generation. But beneath the cheerful arrangement of music was the same haunting melody. Things were not as they appeared. You see, there was more to Team Rocket's involvement than you had imagined. Lavender Town, during the time of Red and Blue, was struggling. It was a town without a draw. It lacked a Pokemon gym or anything else to attract tourists. Fuchsia had a safari zone, Pewter had a museum, Cinnabar had a famous laboratory, etc. But all Lavender Town had was a massive graveyard that was free to visit. Its feeble Pokemart paled in comparison to the huge Celadon department store, which was easily accessible through the underground path to the west. Lavender Town was easily the poorest town in Kanto. One day, a businessman approached the mayor of Lavender Town with a proposition. Radio was a fad that had taken the nearby Johto region by storm. He proposed the demolition of the Pokemon Tower and construction of a radio tower in its place. It would be entirely funded by the businessman's company, built at no cost to Lavender Town. The mayor realized that this would greatly upset the residents. He also realized that it was an opportunity for prosperity. The town was desperate. He accepted, even with the condition that came with the businessman's plan. Cubones. Sorry, guys. Cubones were indigenous to Lavender Town. Their skulls were extremely valuable on the black market. The businessman's condition was that his organization would be allowed to hunt the Cubones. The profits from the skulls would fund the construction of the radio tower. Who was this businessman? Giovanni, the mayor of Lavender Town, Mr. Fuji. Red was simply a pawn in his plot. He rescued Mr. Fuji in order to deflect the growing suspicion of his involvement with Team Rocket. And as he left the town and continued his journey, Team Rocket quickly resumed the extermination of the Cubones. The plan appears to be unconcerned with the souls of the resting Pokemon. It was anything but. Giovanni was a very superstitious man. The takeover of the Sylph Company was done so that Team Rocket would be able to mass-produce Sylph scopes. Sorry, yet again. Which would be distributed to grunts involved with the Lavender Project. He also believed demolishing the tower would disrupt the spirits of the Pokemon inside, so he planned to construct a new tower. The bodies would be moved there before the demolition of the tower would take place. He knew of a place that would be perfect for this new tower. An empty hill in Vermilion. Well, guys, looks like that's it. That's as far as I can go. I guess I'll tune you in for part 2 next time.